Hey, hi, how are you? My name's Phil. Welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena. And oh my god, new Narset's out. Please excuse my random excitement. This Narset is one of the coolest freaking cards that I've seen in a while that just is so flavorful, fun, and cool. It's Narset Enlightened Exile. It is a brand new card for Arena. It literally just came out today, I believe, as part of the tiny booster set that came out for much of the machine. It is a 3/4 legendary creature, human monk, for 1 and a Jeskai, so blue, red, white. Whenever a creature. First of all, most important thing creatures you control have prowess. That stacks. So if you have a creature that has prowess, it technically has prowess. Or if, you've maybe flipped your Kenra Spellspear to a Gitaxian Spellstalker, it has prowess, meaning that it is gaining +3/+3 every time you cast a spell, which is hilarious. But that's beside the point. Whenever Narset Enlightened Exile attacks, exile target non-creature, non-land card with mana value less than Narset's power from a graveyard and copy it. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. Meaning you can hit all sorts of stuff out of all sorts of graveyards and cast it without paying its mana cost. This synergizes super well with all sorts of convoking strategies, but it also just synergizes super well with, you mean if I throw my Alrund's Epiphany away and then I just pump my Narset to 7 power through some prowess shenanigans, you can cast it? Cool. You mean to tell me that all of my 2 to 3 drops down here, where I can hit free Abrades, free Faithful Mendings, free Expressive Iterations out of nowhere, maybe hit a free Whirlwind of Thought that I threw away earlier as I was hunting for answers, hit an extra Lightning Bolt? It's really powerful. And while you can run a generally controlling game plan and work pretty well, I decided to just kind of go big. I'm probably going to build this commander several ways, and you might see this commander pop up in several different videos on the channel, but I love Narset cards. I think they're super cool, and this is called Narset Tribal LOL because we have all 3 of the Narsets that are on Arena in this deck. Mostly just for fun, but mostly just for flavor. Really powerful card. If it's allowed to land on the board and you're allowed to start attacking with it, you're probably going to win. It's going to get really big. You're going to be stealing your opponent's better, cool, powerful spells. You're going to be using your own powerful spells. Narset's going to grow. You get that out with something like, I don't know, Monastery Mentor, where everything gets prowess anyway, so they all have prowess now. You're making a bunch of free monk tokens. Throw it out there, something like a Third Path Iconoclast, so now it has prowess, and all of its tokens will have prowess. Sprite Dragon, so it gets +1 counters and prowess simultaneously. You're getting the idea. But on top of that, it's just in Jeskai colors. You just get really cool, powerful cards, such as being able to run Archangel Elspeth and Archmage Emeritus in the same deck, while having access to Supreme Verdict and then Niv Mizzet as a top-end win con. Shark Typhoon's in here too, as is Rumhost Seed Shark, because you make a bunch of little tokens, they all get prowess, cast a lightning bolt to face, all of a sudden everyone gets +1/+1, you swing with Narset, you recast that lightning bolt to face, all of a sudden everyone has +2/+2. It's really cool and fun. This is very much a work in progress. I was just so excited when then I loaded up Arena to finish out my daily wins that she was here, and I went nuts. Only weird card in the deck is Transcendent Message, and it's basically just when it's late game and I don't quite know what to do, I can tap all of my creatures to draw a bunch of cards, which will be cool and hopefully enough to win me the game. We also rock Arcane Bombardment. Arcane Bombardment kind of doubles down on Narset's idea. It does the same thing, but asterisk better. Asterisk because they all get stuck underneath Arcane Bombardment, and if Arcane Bombardment gets removed, you lose them all, but you lose them to Narset anyways because she exiles them. Narset's better though because she can steal your opponent's stuff. I stole my opponent's Sign in Blood when I was testing this deck out earlier, and I was like, oh, that's gross. Because it's one of those things that doesn't quite click until you start playing the card. You're like, any graveyard, yes! All my excitement aside, let's hop right into the gameplay. Our opponent's going first. We are playing into Thassa Deep Dwelling, and this might be an okay matchup for us. Depends on how they're trying to play their commander. If it's a value blink game, we're probably okay. It's not a value blink game, we're in trouble. I also think my audio was turned off in my intro, so I apologize if you made it this far and were like, oh, where did the audio go? I can't believe this guy. This farewell's pretty good, though. It'll hit Thassa. It looks like there might be just Spirit's Tribal. I could have countered that and then just gotten it out of my hand. Kinda just want to counter. I really wish I could have played out one of these. I really just want to be able to counter their commander on curve here. It's just really nice. If I'd been able to play out one of those last turn, I would have been able to play out the other one the next turn. And just mana ramp like crazy. But alas, we cannot win them all. Lightning Bolt, hello old friend. We're gonna play this to mana fix ourselves. And then we might just like Lightning Bolt something that's a little scary. It looks like they're playing like blink value creatures, which is pretty cool. I like that. We're just gonna blow that up now, just because it's a 3/3, and we can get that card back with Narset soon TM. And now we can play Arabrask, one of the cooler cards that exists right now just in general. I like it a lot. It's kind of a bait. I'm trying to get my opponent to be like, oh, well, they're probably not going to blow up the board if they played Arabrask, right? I don't care. He'll die. Aw, Lonely Sandbar came in tapped. This isn't like making fun of them. This is more of like they would have been able to play Thassa and get their value engine rolling. Do we play Narset here? I think we do. I think we do, honestly. Play Narset. I really think that's the right play here. And then we just blow up like their Cloudkin Seer because that's what they want to flicker most likely. Their Ghost Quarter's holding up priority here. I'm playing a bunch of basics, opponent, but you can blow up whatever you like. I think they're trying to decide what they want to blow up. Maybe they're trying to decide what they want to blow up, so if they can remove my Chromatic Lantern. We can tap that for red. And then we will go get an extra blue. And this will blow up Cloudkin Seer so they can't do anything crazy. We get Prowess on Arabrask, which is kind of cool, by the way. The fact that Arabrask gets Prowess there. They could have a River's Rebuke, and that could have been one of the reasons why they were like, let's bounce everything here. Could just be that they want to play Thassa and get some value going. Ball of Runes, spicy. We can yoink the cards out of their graveyard? I think we're yoinking their... Do I want to yoink their Opt? I think I might, honestly. That might be a really good play here. Oh, baby. Kick off with the Prowess and then get a Whirlwind of Thought. And we're actually just going to grab my Lightning Bolt here so that we can blow up their Skittering Surveyor so they can't prevent more damage. We draw another card, plonk them in the face. And now both of my things are big enough to blow up Wall of Runes. And we have a Mystical Dispute in hand, which will draw us a card. I wish I could have played one more card. Alas. God, this Narset's such a cool card. I love it so much. Hopefully, if they do play something like a Mind Flayer, we can just Mystical Dispute it, which is pretty yuckin' cool, if you ask me. Do they have a counterspell for my thing? They could. They're in blue. Blue runs lots of counterspells. Memory Lapse. Okay. Opponent? You didn't think that one through, did you? They Memory Lapsed it. Memory Lapse puts it on top of my library, by the way. We're just going to go ahead and channel this, because there's no reason for us not to. And yeah, I don't think they thought that through. So what happened there at the end was they Memory Lapsed my spell. But the trigger from Whirlwind of Thought was on the stack for me to draw a card. So they Memory Lapsed it, it went on top of my library, but Whirlwind of Thought's trigger was on the stack, so I drew it before the trigger from Mind Flayer resolved, because of the way that the stack resolves. That was sick. This card is great. We are going first. Our opponent's playing a pretty scary Nahiri Forged in Fury commander. Do a Soul Scar Mage, but we might just want to hold up Make Disappear. We play Soul Scar Mage now. After they played that, this is a 1/2 that gives -1/-1 counters to stuff. Pretty scary. Pretty scary. This also destroys stuff. They just want to be able to Play free stuff. Do we risk it? They need a white mana. They need a white mana, so I think we just hold back. You think I have the counterspell? Ooh. Ooh. Oh, they're just gonna swing in. That's a little silly. Guess we just blow up the Shadow Spear then. That'll fly. When we get to swing in with a little 2-3. That does make their Nahiri more expensive again. Could I have blown up this instead? Yes. No, we're not allowed to play that Nahiri either. We're just gonna kind of run it down, I think. We can get back a rip apart after this. If my opponent plays removal, that's mostly okay. Oh, okay, well, now we just buff the crap out of the Soulscar Mage. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Buff the crap out of myself again. Swing in with a 5-6 and a 7-8. Pretty okay with that trade, honestly. Pretty good to me, considering we have a Tail's End in hand. Countering activated abilities or legendaries. Okay. I don't quite have the right color manas yet, do I? Alright. Swing big. 6 more damage to the face. They do get to play their commander, but we're probably just going to Supreme Verdict. Okay. I wish you were legendary. Anyways. Boop. And we have Tail's End to counter their commander. Make it abysmally expensive for them. And we can play Archangel Elspeth. Play a little token. We're off it. Or we could just swing in with Din of the Bugbear if it would be really mana efficient. I think we just swing in with Din of the Bugbear and be pretty mana efficient. Now if I swing again, they're dead. I don't believe they can find a way to get around my damage. Yeah. Yeah, that was cool. I liked that whole everything that I just did. I could have stolen their Shadow Spear and buffed myself up, but I think getting rid of their big old chunky Colossus Hammer was the better play, because they can do all sorts of weird stuff with that type of deck. I feel like just getting it out of there was the smart decision. Even though in hindsight I didn't need to deal with it, it was the smart decision. Anyways, GG's opponent. On to the next. We are going first, playing into a Modi, Celibate of Bounty, kind of big stuff matters deck. Very cool commander though. I think we'll play Snarl, Revealing, so we can bolt the bird, as it were, if it's required. Or they're gonna scoop because they're just scared, you know? Like Narset, she's terrifying. I don't blame them. GG's Emoti. We are on the play. We are playing into Brawl Karizev, and we have a very lovely little Sprite Dragon. I wish I had those in my deck. I wonder if they have a Mystical Dispute. That'd be annoying, but also very... It'd be like a... Really? You want to trade the Spectral? I don't know if that's the right trade. I mean, I could be wrong, but I just don't know if that's a good trade for you. Play that. Now we have a full-costed Mystical Dispute. I mean, that doesn't really bother me. Get to do anything with it. It's just kind of a 2-1 that flies at me. No, you don't get to play that. I could steal your mystical dispute then. I think they're whiffing. Try and make this indestructible. Nah, I don't think they're whiffing. I might have a counterspell though. Oh. Well, it's fine. We have a counterspell. And we win because this commander is busted. GG's opponent. Alright, we are on the play playing into Eska God of the Tree, and I kind of like this hand because it's really aggro and fast. Play this, and then we faithlessly loot. And then we drop, sorry, Archmage Emeritus, sorry, second red source. I don't need either one of you right now. I need to go fast into this opponent, which is why I'm really happy to have gotten this hand. Hopefully we'll be able to abrade something or get a second blue mana for the counterspell. Yeah, we just need a second blue mana really bad right now. I kind of don't want to use the Faithless Looting because I could use it with Narset, you know? Like, aggressively use Narset to get back Faithless Looting if I could play them soon enough. I can also steal their cards out of their graveyard, though, which is pretty cool. Oh, Lightning Bolt. I think we will. I don't really want to do this, but I kind of have to. Really need to find our next blue source. You're great. You're great. I think we drop Absorb and Abrade then. Actually, we drop Absorb. We drop Abrade and Lightning Bolt? If we're lucky, we draw another land and we don't need to worry about like how we tap our mana. But if we do need to worry about how we tap our mana, we do have an answer. Backlight Relic, not exactly scary. We do need to worry about how we tap our mana here, but we'll do this so that we can hold up Counterspell. And if they don't do something that requires counterspelling, we can Faithful Mending, get it in the graveyard. Maybe Narset can do something with it on this upcoming turn. Path to the World Tree, not exactly a scary card. They get an extra basic, but whatever. We will Faithful Mending because I think we just really need to hunt down our good cards. Prismari Command will be pretty good here as well. I basically just need to be able to hold up counterspells there. I cannot allow their commander to land or we will get overrun, I think. I wonder what my opponent's doing. They may be thinking about playing removal? If they are, they have to do it on my end step. Like they're going to. Okay, we want to keep the extra blue because it makes life easier. I think we drop the Absorb. Much as it pains me. Okay, Dovin's Veto. Much better card. Wonder if this little guy can go the distance. Dovin's Veto is a better card because I can counter the God of the Tree here and just not worry about getting counterspelled in return. I just don't have to worry, and it means I can be more aggressive with this counterspell into something like that. And now we can also go bonk, make a treasure token, make our Sprite Dragon bigger, and then go swing in. I wish we could do this in a different order, but we need 2 cards here. Play the command tower, and then we still have Dovin. Yeah, we just need to hold back, though. We have lethal now. Unless they play something that, like, kills my Sprite Dragon. Almost impossible. I can just keep swinging back at them. Over and over and over again. This little... You good, opponent? This is a lethal Sprite Dragon swing. I guess they think they might just, like, have a way to kill it, but we have a Dovin's Veto in hand. We don't really need to worry about anything. Any type of non-creature spell. Yep. Good game. Nice try, Asuka. That little Sprite Dragon went the goddamn distance. I'm so proud of you, little buddy. This guy was my first foray into a pioneer / explorer. He carried me hard in the early days. And man, he's carrying me hard now. Look at the little guy go. Look at the little cutie. Got up to an 8-8. Holy cow. Man was swinging. GG's. We are playing into Obnixil's Captive Kingpin, which is... I don't even actually know how he works. I haven't seen very much about him, so I'm just going to kind of keep a hand that I don't know how it works. And we'll pray. So we'll just kind of go turn 1 Esper Sentinel, so if they ever play anything, it'll work out while I'm trying to read this card. Thanks for the card. Well, we got our Otawara. That is wonderful. Is a 4-drop, so I don't think we need to really worry about anything. Are they gonna kill my Soulscar Mage too? Man, they just really don't like creatures over there. Unfortunately, we play it like this. Worst comes to worst, we can just like cycle away our Shark Typhoon if we don't want to counter their commander or something. But we do. So we can just do that. On this upcoming turn, tapped land, untapped land with Chromatic Lantern, or well, sorry, untapped. As much as I want to play the Seed Shark, I think it's the right decision is to just play the Lantern and just kind of profit. We draw another land? Uncrusher Giant's kind of a whatever. Just play the Seed Shark here. Then we hold up the negate. The Seed Shark doesn't immediately die unless they try and target it out. And we have the negate for protection. Judith. Not what I expected. No reason to block that. If they don't do anything scary, yeah, we can just cycle for 0. Which I would rather do, just get it out of my hand than away. Three. And we can also make a little 1/1. By Judith. And we are swimming. Look at all these little guys. And if we ever get to play Narset, thanks for another little guy. And that's a really big hit for us, because otherwise they'd be able to wipe out like all of our artifacts in one fell swoop. I don't think we bother to block here. I think we just kind of chill, and then we just play Narset. And we cry because Narset's gonna die. But it's okay. Because they'll probably waste a ton of mana killing Narset. And then I'll be able to flip all these little guys. Red Horde Butcher. It deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, put a +1/+1 counter on it. When it dies, it deals its damage equal to its power to any target. If they keep swinging, these things are gonna flip and blow them up. Yeah, they realize, which means we have time to flip at least one. Yeah, we can flip multiple, actually. There's no reason to hold back. This gives everything prowess at the moment, so we just kind of zoom it off to the races. Swing. Okay, view battlefield. Deals 3 damage to each creature or planeswalker. Everything gets pumped, which means everything is out of kill range. I wipe out their void state. They can at best kill one of my guys. But we have a Tail's End in order to counter the Commander. And we have a lot of little guys on the sideboard here. Hey! I think they missed their land drop and we just like got off the ground. Narset's so good. Holy cow. GG's opponent. Opponent is playing Atraxa Praetor's Voice. They're going first. We kind of have to mull that as much as I wish I didn't have to. This is wonderful, though. We can play this on turn 1. Let's play the blue source on turn 1, so maybe we can opt on turn 2 here. This is wonderful because between Make Disappear and Mystical Dispute, we have 2 ways to hit Atraxa. It's like they're just going to let me do this. I will take a blue. It makes me a little sad that I play that on the blue side, but it is not the best thing in the world. And after this, we'll be able to double spell with Kenra and then Make Disappear or something. They play anything blue, Mystical Dispute hits it wonderfully. Like that. Ooh, spicy. I'm a baby. Alright, you carried me to victory in that other game. You're getting on board, bud. Bonk him in the snoot. And if they try and just slam a Trax on curve here, we will just counterspell, and they will probably scoop, because this is late night Magic. I'm recording this the night the Commander came out, and like trying really hard to trying super hard to just get some gameplay recorded so I can get this video out by like Thursday or so. So I can, you know, be like, I got video of a new Commander card with a version of the deck that exists. If they're smart, they blow up both my creatures. I don't know if they have that power, though. Literally, like, I don't know if they have the cards. They do have 5 mana. They could have a Sunfall. Vraska. Spicy. If they minus her, though, one of my creatures gets to kill her. I think that was the right choice, though. I think I have the mana to... No, I don't. I was going to say, do I have the mana to do this and that? No, I do not. I have the mana to do this, though, which lets me draw a card. And I did not hit my land drop, so I will expressive, pumping my Sprite Dragon even more. I'll take the Dovin's Veto, and I'll say goodbye to the Relic of Legends. This is a very scary moment right here. My opponent could use... Oh, they didn't hit their land drop. That bodes well for me. We'll do this so that we can have Dovin's Veto to save our poor Narset. I think we just need to hold up the Veto. I don't think there's a better decision than hold up the Veto here. We could possibly find a way to kill Atraxa. Atraxa's only a 4/4 when they land. That was not the right spell, opponent. I apologize. And that's lethal on the way back, because I have Charter Course. Wow, this deck is fast. Who would have thought for like a Jeskai almost control shell that this deck could just explode so fast? The second you're allowed to get Narset down, that you just... In 4-person Commander, this is going to be a kill on sight card. I'm calling it now. So this video is probably going to end up being super short. I recorded... Let me pull up my logs here on the side here. I recorded 7 games. I don't know if a single one of them went to 10 minutes. This is probably going to be a pretty short video, probably shorter than 40 minutes in the long run, but that's just... If I'm allowed to resolve this card with protection, oh my lord, there is so little your opponent can do. It is a incredible powerhouse. Now, this might be a little bit of the she hasn't been properly placed in the queue yet, but I don't know, I was playing some pretty strong cards. I played into Essica, who's typically a pretty scary commander. I played into an Atraxa, who's a very scary commander, and I think that just being able to get away with playing all these little creatures that have prowess, all your Soulscar mages and asterisk Dragon's Rage Chandlers, your altered prowesses and the Sprite Dragons, your actual prowesses via... I've lost the card. I apologize. The Kinra Spellspear. There he is. The fact that you can get all these little creature threats on board and just plink, plink, plonk, plonk, just slowly picking away at your opponent. Well, all the time, all your spells are counter spells, are draw spells, are removal spells. You just have these little creatures that are growing and being problems for your opponent, being little thorns in their side. So they're trying to like, okay, well, I have to get rid of the Soulscar Mage. If they hit me with a Lightning Bolt, the Soulscar Mage is going to make it so that my 4-drop is only a, you know, a 1/3 or something crazy like that. That's not actually how the card works, but you get the idea. And I think that really works to Narset's advantage in a 1v1 scenario. God, I hope future me edits out that sneeze. I'm recording this at like nearly 2 a.m., so I apologize if some of this gets left in because I forget. But by God, the card's so good. The fact that it can steal cards from your opponent's graveyards as well as just replay any number of powerhouses from yours allows you to play a really, really cheap game plan. Like, usually in a Jeskai deck, I'm averaging 4+ on Arena, 3+ to 4, because a lot of you need a lot of mana fixing, and you need bunch of artifacts. We don't have a lot of the good cheaper artifacts, like we have no Soul Ring, we don't have any of the talismans that ping you for mana, so a lot of our mana rocks are like 3-drops. So you're typically in the 3-color plus decks, your average is pretty high. We're averaging 2/8. We're averaging less than 3 CMC on our deck, which is kind of crazy. And I actually got to play this against a someone as I was just like still testing the deck. I got to play out Monastery Mentor. I got a just bored of Monastery Mentor tokens. It was like 15 of them because of me playing my spells, me stealing spells with Narset and then copying them, and then like playing other spells off of the draw that I got from those spells, and my board state was enormous and my opponent just couldn't keep up. I said it in one of the final games that I played. I think this card is going to be a powerhouse in 4-person commander. If anyone gets this card down, they are going to just wreck face. I wouldn't be surprised if some people try and make it work in CEDH, because you don't have to have the right colors to cast the spell. You can cast the copy without paying its mana cost. So if your opponents are hunting for answers, or they're like counterspelling you with like, I don't know, Pact of Negation, Force of Will, anything like that, you know, a Flusterstorm, you get that card for free. I don't know how well it'll hold up. I know Jessicai's not the most popular color in CEDH at the moment. It's typically just like Grixis Turbo Adnaz style things. But I don't know, maybe Narset will change people's minds a bit. I doubt it, but I still think they are an incredibly cool card. God, I just realized they're standard legal. I wonder if this card will make a splash in standard. I think they're definitely more of a commander for a Jeskai prowess controlling deck than anything. But man, I kind of want to try them out in standard. You'll probably see more Narset in the future, probably like a different build where I go like full control mode, kind of like I did with Hinata. But this was just the first idea that popped in my head of tons of counter spells, tons of little creatures that punch your opponent in the gut and just barrel them down. And I think it worked out really well. So, if you got this far in the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And above all else, I hope to catch you in the next one.